Well, there is a lot more than how you say it. We'll get the women in.
Reform UK.
Well, there is a lot more than how you say it. We'll get the women in.
Reform UK aren't.
Well, there is a lot more than how you say it. We'll get the women in.
Reform UK aren't generally popular with women.
There's a little bit too much testosterone in reform.
Yeah, there's a lot of testicular fortitude. It does attract women. We'll get the women in.
Reform UK aren't generally popular with women.
There's a little bit too much testosterone in reform.
Yeah, there's a lot of testicular fortitude. It does attract women. But I'm going to come.
And they've started to notice.
I think it's a huge gender divide. I think it's such a massive problem.
Only 7% of young women said they would vote for the party.
There are plenty of women in our group.
There are loads of ladies involved in reform, my sister being one of them.
Their signature blokey style.
The divide. I think it's such a massive problem.
Only 7% of young women said they would vote for the party.
There are plenty of women in our group.
There are loads of ladies involved in reform, my sister being one of them.
Their signature blokey style instead tends to attract older men.
Every party is dominated by men because more men are interested in politics than women are.
Men stand up for what they believe in.
Now, blokey style instead tends to attract older men.
Every party is dominated by men because more men are interested in politics than women are.
Men stand up for what they believe in.
Now they're pivoting to issues where they see opportunity.
They are speaking up about transgenderism, defining what a woman is.
Bringing high-profile women into the fold.
You won't find me down the pub with a pint.
You see another woman is actually really positive, but it does encourage so many other women.
So, will Reform's newest recruits become some of the party's biggest cheerleaders?
You can't win a UK general election without the support of women.
There was a part of me for this time that was kind of hesitant to join Reform because it's like, you know, it's like being in a terrible relationship and then getting with like a new person. It's like I don't want to repeat that again. You know, I have trust issues.
Young campaigner Jess Gill says Reform appealed to her when she fell out of love with Labour.
I'm working class, I'm Northern, I'm a woman. Based on the current, you know, stereotypes, that would probably be the party for me. And I thought, you know, my politics aligned with Keir Starmer more than anything at that point. And I think even then I had a problem with wokeness. And then when Keir Starmer knelt for Black Lives Matter, I just thought, like, it's beyond redemption.
So young women, 71% of women strongly dislike the party.
Is that women or young women?
Young women.
Yeah.
And 9% of young women, only 9% like Nigel Farage.
Okay, women are kind of fed up of men not being real men. Like I think Starmer's a bit of a wimp in all honesty, and I think he's hard to respect with that. Whereas Nigel, like, I'm not his biggest fan. I have his criticisms, but overall, like, I think he's a funny guy. He's hard not to like. He gives the same vibes as like Trump in a way.
I was looking for a party that could take on Labour and bring on something that was radically different.
Also a political traveller, Anna moved from supporting the Tories to Reform after the last election.
I think, statistically speaking, young women are more likely to vote for more left-wing parties than right-wing parties. I think for a start, women are more empathetic, and I think with the friends that you might surround yourself with as well, young people are statistically more likely to vote for left-wing parties. Also, maybe the concern of how they may be perceived if they vote for something different.
After the last general election, less than 20% of Reform candidates were women, and these were the 5 men elected. But in the locals, they released this promotional video.
I'm a mother, and a mother's instinct is to protect her family, and I feel I have the same instincts to protect my country.
Signalling a real push to draw more women into the party. Andrea Jenkins and Sarah Pochin were promoted by the party and won top jobs at the locals, helping to lure in new recruits, like Catherine, who had never been involved in active politics before. Other than Reform not being the other two parties, what about Reform attracts you? What's the pull factor towards them?
So I think just sensible centrist policies, which we talk about, properly costed out.
They wouldn't describe themselves as centrist. I think they would say they're definitely on the right.
If you look at the policies, I just think they're common sense. Crime, family, law and order, all of those issues are women's issues.
Would you say, you know, motherhood, families are a core part of what Reform offers?
100%, and it's one of our core values. And in fact, family and community are really important, but I think that they're important to everyone.
This is HQ, so yeah, this is our little reception area, and
that's Nigel Farage's office?
The big one's Nigel's office.
And what's in
so
there?
This is the team down here. We won't walk down there, but this is the team. So we're absolutely chocker in here. We need new offices, but we're going to go into the boardroom today.
Reform now have their first woman MP, Sarah Pochin, who won a by-election in Runcorn. She used her first question in Parliament to ask this.
Will he, in the interests of public safety, follow the lead of France, Denmark, Belgium and others and ban the burqa?
Yeah. Prime Minister.
I think it's no bad thing that I am a woman now for Reform. The thing about Reform is we're raising issues that the other parties won't raise. So come, and we want you to come, but we're going to only take people that are brave enough to raise these issues. Stand up and talk. Look at my burqa question. You know.
Let's talk about that burqa. Do you think that's really an issue that's helping women, all women?
The question has to be punchy. You don't have long. So I use the burqa to get the attention of to start the debate. People say, oh, you know, women are happy to wear those. Are they really? Would you want to be clothed in a cloth, a black, hot? They can't. How do you eat through it? I mean, you know, the whole thing is misogynistic.
Most women have chosen to wear that.
Some have chosen. Some are made to wear it. The point is, it's great to start this debate. I'm not saying we should ban the burqa. I'm saying that several other countries in Europe have taken this decision. And by the way, if we can help some women in the process, then great.
They have been pivoting to speak about issues that potentially women might be more interested in. Do you think this is part of the strategy of attracting women to the party?
I'm sure it must be part of the strategy. And again, when we speak to women, particularly older women in focus groups, there is often a sense that women's issues have been neglected by the traditional mainstream parties, particularly issues around women's safety.
Alex Phillips was the right-hand woman to Nigel Farage during the Brexit years. She's still very close to senior members in the party and a card-carrying member of Reform.
Too long we've lived in a society where even raising concerns has been considered taboo. But politically, what is so interesting is all the people who are concerned about these issues still feel like the legacy parties will not represent them. So that does present an opportunity for reform.
A cynic might say that perhaps senior figures in the party are talking about these issues, perhaps to get more women on side.
I think they're talking about these issues because these are big issues.
You don't see it as a political opportunity?
Well, look, an issue in politics is a political opportunity, and what democracy is for is actually putting a voice to and representation to concerns of the general public. That's what politics is all about.
Though the strategy runs the risk of alienating other communities. So motivated by women's safety, Jess has now started a group linking it to immigration.
Any woman who wants to call herself a feminist, the grooming gangs should be the top of their priority. Is the suffering, is the abuse of these girls around the country, is that worth multiculturalism? And I think it's hard to say yes to that.
Making inroads with women will be a hard task for a party historically dogged by controversy and clashes. Nigel Farage admitted headlines over extreme activists in the party hurt the cause at the last election. Representation will remain a sore spot for Reform UK, but now they think it could be a window of opportunity as well. Serena Barker Singh, Sky News.
How long's it been then? We met about 8 years back. What? Yeah, serious relationship.
He has this way of looking into my eyes.
Knows how to treat me. Gentle, considerate.
Did I tell you he owns his own business? I think he's going to pop the question.
Better or worse?
Better.
Our opticians and audiologists own their stores, so your care is their business, which can make them rather popular.
Apparently. You're seeing half the town.
Book an appointment today